So, the GPU market is still in chaos thanks to crypto miners, and a lot of people have told me that they're going to be going for cheaper options until the prices of more expensive cards come back down to a more realistic level. So today I'm going to be having a very quick look at another budget option. And at around £90, the RX550 is at the lower end of the gaming budget spectrum. This is the Gigabyte RX550 D5 2GB version. So looking at the specs, it has 2GB of GDDR5 memory on board and runs with a reference core clock speed of 1183 MHz and an overclock mode of 1195 MHz. So Gigabyte have designed this with a custom designed 90mm fan cooler with an airflow optimised cover and aluminium base. The fan will also remain off when the GPU is under a certain threshold, meaning virtually silent running when doing less demanding tasks. As you would expect from being a lower end card, there's no power connector on the side, so the card's only powered from the PCI Express slot. The plastic shroud is black with a debossed Gigabyte logo. Looking at the outputs, this is a double height card, so it will take up 2 slots in your case. The outputs are one DVI-D, one HDMI 2.0 and one DisplayPort. Now it does say that on the HDMI you can output up to 4K at 60Hz, and through the DisplayPort you can output up to 8K at 60Hz, although with the processing power of this card you're not going to be able to play games anywhere near either of those. Now the card does feature FreeSync, so the actual results you see on screen will be as smooth as they can be if you have a FreeSync monitor. So that said, let's have a look at some benchmarks. Now our test system comprises of an i7-6700K and 32GB of Corsair DDR4 LPX RAM running at 3000 MHz. Now this is the same system I used previously in my 1050 Ti review, which, as with them, I want to push this card to the absolute limits. So all these benchmarks will run at 1080p. Now looking at these results, we can see just how much of a GPU bottleneck there is. The results are very close to what we got using this card in my recent Ryzen 3 build. And to be honest, if you're looking for a decent 1080p card to run newer games at about 60 frames per second, I would save a bit more and look towards the 1050 Ti. But if you're interested in playing older games or less demanding titles, eSports titles at 1080p on a 60Hz monitor or a FreeSync monitor, and you want to save the cash and get a better card when the prices come down, then yes, I would recommend this. So I'll leave a link to this graphics card in the description below. Please don't forget to use our Amazon and Overclockers links, it really does help to keep the channel going. Don't forget to give this video a like if you liked it. There's a load more to come on the channel, including more reviews, PC builds, that sort of stuff. So the best way to make sure you don't miss those is to hit that subscribe button below. Doesn't cost a thing. So thanks for watching and I will see you later.